So, Somalia is taking over the state of Minnesota and, in the process, defrauding U.S. citizens to the tune of billions of dollars. We've all seen the news, I'm sure. It's hard to miss. Well, is that really happening? Do we know? Well, this young lady right here, grown men asking to see kids in Minnesota daycares, has a different take on it. So let's see what she has to say. I'm sure it's going to be top notch.
Hi, I know we're two creepy grown men, but can we see the children, please?
Excuse me, do your kids go here?
No, my kids do not go here, but I need every single child outside of the building now. You Somalians are always just scamming people. You have an agenda, you know that? I need to see all the kids, or we're gonna call ICE. You have 3 seconds. You Somalians are gonna let us in. I knew you guys were up to something ever since I saw one of you in the grocery store a couple days ago. I knew you were up to something, and now I finally have it. I need to see them. I need to see the children. Oh, I know why you don't want us to see the kids. You're probably not citizens. That's it. That's it. Let us see the little boys and girls immediately.
This is harassment. What department are you from?
Nope, this isn't harassment, and I'm from the YouTube department. She locked the door. Well, that proves it. They're scammers because they're not letting me use my meta glasses to film the cute little boys and girls. I knew it. I knew it. Maybe I should just break in. I need to see the kiddos. I need it.
Okay, well, there you go. Now, she does have a good point. It's like, hey, you got two creepy guys, right? Walking up to a daycare center and saying, hey, can I see the kids here? Seems kind of suspicious, doesn't it? And what constitutes creepiness, right? These two guys? These guys right here. They're creepy. They're creepy. Okay. I don't think this, but of course, anything that a woman doesn't like is creepy, right? This girl is being very creepy, actually, but no, she can't possibly be creepy because she's just an innocent little angel girl, right? She said we have to see them in 3 seconds or we're calling ICE. I don't remember them ever saying that in any portion of the video. And they lock the door. That proves that they are lying to us. Well, it was a lot more than locking the door. I mean, and we're going to take a look at that. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the videos that would debunk what she's saying. And, I don't need to make any commentary. If you haven't seen this stuff, here you go. It's more than just two guys. They're not just being like, hey, show me the kids so I can record them and prove that you have little innocent little kids in there. Because, I'm a good guy and you guys are the bad guys. And I'm going to call ICE if you don't comply. That's not that at all. So let's dive into these other videos that we have regarding this situation.
Order for the scheme to work, the daycare centers need to sign up low-income families that qualify for child care assistance funding. These surveillance videos are from a case prosecuted by Hennepin County. They show parents checking their kids into a center only to leave with them a few minutes later. Sometimes no children would show up. But either way, the center would bill the state for a full day of child care. This video from that same case shows a man handing out envelopes of what are believed to be kickback payments to parents who are in on the fraud.
Where was the money going?
I don't know exactly where it went, but
So we have this here from the Somali community in Minnesota, and it's the extra truthy truth because, come on, Somalis can't lie, right?
Families need the relief. We need leaders who will invest in our neighbors, not attack them. The Somali community in Minnesota is a backbone of the state. We contribute to the economy, we serve our communities, we raise families, and we do it with pride. We move to communities in greater Minnesota that have been decimated by the bad practices of the big corporation interests. And big brings small local business, like here today, multi-generational income and help with restoration. I am saying this to say we are greater than fear, and to my Somali community, Iskasha Tomakufto, which means when people stand together, they do not fall. We will continue to show up for one another with courage. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, and I want to end with this. We're gonna do one more chant, and we're gonna have some great food. All right, you guys ready for that? All right, you're gonna say Manta Manta. Wa malim wene manta.
Wa malim wene manta.
Manta Manta Manta.
Manta manta manta.
Wa malim wene manta.
Wa malim wene manta.
Put your fists up. Put your fists up. Manta Manta Manta. Wa malim wene manta. Manta Manta Manta. Wa malim wene manta. We are greater than. We are greater than. We are to thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you all. Grab some food, enjoy yourselves. This is how we come together to stand up for one another. Thank you again. God bless. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much.
Well, that was disturbing. Brainwashing the people of Minnesota to be like Somalians. You come to this country. You need to be like us here. That is what you do. Now, at least he's mostly speaking English and without an accent, too, which is impressive. But he is having Americans chant in his native language. The woman in the video here is, of course, covering her head. They're wearing their cultural garb, basically. Which you may be like, oh, so what's wrong with that? And it's not about me caring that they wear their cultural garb. It's what that actually represents. It represents a system that is vastly different from what we want here in the United States. According to her culture, if she takes off that headscarf in public, she's allowed to be violently attacked. Do we want that? For her not wearing a certain article of clothing? That's antithetical to what the United States is all about. Come on now. Let's not be stupid about this.
Hey guys, many of you know this, but for those of you who don't, I spent more than 15 years in mainstream media, ABC, CBS, all the alphabet networks. And I want to talk about what's happening right now. Nick Shirley releasing that 42-minute video, the investigative report. It wasn't a clip. It wasn't just a hot take. 42 minutes of real reporting. Interviews, documents, receipts, evidence. He interviews a man who's been investigating this for 9 years. 9 years of legwork, okay? The video itself has now reached over 100 million views on X alone, okay? That's not considering YouTube and all the other outlets that he uses. Anyway, so mainstream media, I've been thinking about this. So they finally pick up the story and they reduce it to one phrase. They go, a viral video, blah, 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 has exposed. But here's the thing. This is more than just a viral video. People rely on real journalism. Real journalism can change the trajectory of what's happening in real time. If you're mainstream media, your reach is supposed to be massive, right? And with that reach comes responsibility to hold elected officials responsible, those in power accountable. So mainstream media, what they did was they minimized Nick Shirley's report. Because if they call it what it is, an investigation, the next question is unavoidable, in my mind. How did local journalists miss this? You live there. You work there. You're part of the community. There is zero chance people were not talking about this, okay? And this is why so many journalists, like myself included, have walked away from mainstream media because your hands are tied. You're not allowed to do real work. You're not allowed to do journalism, what you went to school for. So independent journalists step in and do the job, and legacy media is then forced to play catch up. This was not a viral video. This was an indictment of modern media.
Okay, so she's saying that your hands are tied, you're not allowed to do your job. But I mean, there are viral videos going around like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, about how journalism is dead, that there's no integrity in journalism. Journalistic integrity is gone. These were hidden camera videos of recent journalist school grads saying, yeah, there's no journalistic integrity anymore. That's gone. And some were saying, oh yeah, I had journalistic integrity coming out of school, but as soon as I got into the real world, I realized that I can't have that if I want to succeed. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here, and maybe those viral videos that were going around those years ago were inaccurate. I would say that the real reason this happened in Minneapolis, more so than anywhere else, I lived in Minneapolis. It is a nightmare. Do not go there. If you're from Minneapolis and watching this, trust me, leave. You'll be better off. You'll be happier. It is the worst. I've lived, in various places around the country. I live in California. The anti-woke warrior lives in California, and it's better here than it is in Minneapolis. That's how much of a shithole that city is. And I'm not exaggerating. It is so terrible there. Now, I haven't been to Detroit. I heard Detroit, and I hear that Gary, Indiana, are just like the worst out of the worst. But, okay, Minneapolis isn't the worst place in the country. It's still bad enough that out of all the places I lived there the least amount of time. I never want to go back there, ever. And largely it's because the people there. Like I said, if you're from there and you're watching this, you're probably like, yeah, you're probably cool, right? But too much of a percentage of the people there were just my YouTube channel would be banned immediately if I said what I actually think. So, moving on.
Massive fraud in the state of Minnesota, especially in Minneapolis. This daycare right here, ran by Somalians, has taken in from the Minnesota government $2.1 million. This daycare says it can hold up to 40 children. I went up to the door. The door is locked, and as you can see, the windows are blacked out. I can't hear any children inside this daycare. It's midday right now. You'd think there'd be children in there playing, being taught, but no one is in there. This daycare, within 2 years, has taken in over $2 million. The Somalians are robbing the taxpayers in Minnesota blind. This is just one daycare located in Minneapolis that are doing exactly the same thing. We've went into daycare after daycare. All the doors are locked. All the windows are blocked out. And they're raking in millions upon millions of dollars. This Tim Walz's Minnesota is allowing this to go on. It's super easy to find fraud. All you need to do is go up to a door, try to open it. It's closed and there's no children. So you know these daycares, they're not full, but yet they're taking in millions of dollars every year. Let me know your thoughts on this one.
Well, clearly she's lying, right? I mean, she must be really creepy too, right? Her team there, if she has a cameraman, it might just be her standing in front of a camera that she set up herself. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, she didn't go around to all those daycare centers, and all of them were the same, blacked out windows, and nobody at the door, nobody answering the door. Yeah, come on now, that can't possibly be. So we got other people piling on to this Nick Shirley situation. Let's see what else we have to say.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day, about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later. Tuesday afternoon, WCCO found at least a dozen children at ABC Learning Center, which is licensed with the state. Records show Minnesota officials last visited the daycare in November, noting some corrected and ongoing violations related to day-to-day operations, but no record of fraud.
So, they're not committing fraud because he said so. And notice how most of those kids showed up well after Nick Shirley was gone. They couldn't possibly have called up some families, but hey, can you bring your kids by? Because we got people snooping around asking, there's kids here. We don't want to get in any trouble. And it's my understanding of that particular daycare center, that one has 40 kids registered in it. And there was only 12. Maybe there was more because he said at least 12. Maybe there was 40 there, but it didn't look like it to me. So I don't know. Maybe this is all, it's all above board. We already heard the Somali saying that they're the backbone of the community. So, I mean, obviously, it's got to be above board because, Somalis can't lie. So now let's take a look at what Nick Shirley was doing. If you haven't seen the video, maybe you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, he's going around to these daycares trying to get inside to see the kids. That's kind of creepy, right? That is kind of creepy. Let's see what he was doing. This is one example of what he was doing.
How are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
Martin's not here.
Okay, but if I can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children?
Yes.
Why are there no children?
We have two of Mexico.
Would my son little Joey have friends to play with here?
No.
No.
Yes.
No friends for little Joey?
Yes. Sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him into the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5? Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's...
So why are you asking us about
the fraud? Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot. But that's our number on your other phone. But this is we can't let you guys use.
Okay, thank you. So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve. I know the answer. It's 0.
None of that seems suspicious at all. None of it. One bit of it, right? And they all seem like legitimate business owners or employees of these businesses. And the woman there who's like, he's like, business card? And she's like, give me your business card. Yeah. Look, if you're going to conduct business with somebody and you're like, hey, can you help me? I need to get into contact you to conduct business with you. And they say, hey, don't call me. I'll call you. You're not doing business with those people. The same way in dating. This used to happen all of the time before cell phones became ubiquitous everywhere. You would ask a girl for her number and she would say, why don't you give me your number? That girl is never calling you. Never, never, never. And it happened to me once after cell phones were everywhere. It was like 2011, maybe 2012, something like that. And I was chatting up this girl and I asked her, hey, can I get your number? She's like, why don't you give me your number? I'm like, no. And I got up to walk away. She's like, oh, wait, come back. And she gave me her number. It's like, are you stupid? You think that you're not going to call me? I know how this works. There were girls that I would just ask out in like every single time. Every single time. They're like, oh, give me your number. I said no. So after a few times of that happening, like, I'm not going to give you my number. Same thing with these daycare centers. If they're not interested in giving you their contact information, they don't want your business. They're the business. What is the proper way a daycare center is supposed to be run? Let's take a look.
So let me take you guys, for all the people in Minnesota that know, I'm at my son's school right now. Let's walk in. All right, so I'm gonna go to this front door right here, right? For all the people that are like, oh, we wouldn't just let randoms in. Well, you can't just let randoms in because it's locked, right? So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna ring this bell right here. They're gonna let me in. You see how that works? They see me. Hi, guys. All right, just in case nobody. And also, if I need a brochure for the daycare, nobody handed Nick Shirley a brochure. Hey, how are you? How are you guys? Hey. Yeah, nobody handed Nick Shirley a brochure. Hello, how are you? Thank you. How was he today? Okay, good. Good. Oh, I didn't even notice if I want a business card. I can get a business card too, guys. See how it works? I walk out, the door automatically locks. Also, sorry guys, if I need something, there's something right here that I could get. You feel me? So this is what I'm telling you. Why did none of those daycare owners offer Nick Shirley? Come on, babe. You ready? Why didn't anybody say bye, boys? Offer Nick Shirley a brochure. Say bye to your friends. It's cold, y'all. His hands are gonna be frozen. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Nick Shirley's not crazy. It's simple. They could have handed him a brochure.
So you see, a legitimate business that is open to conducting business with other people, whether it's the public or other companies, has contact information, has information about what they do. This is not rocket science. So obviously, fraudulent businesses, when they're like, oh, we don't have any content, we don't have any information for you. No, we can't tell you anything about our daycare or about our autism center. That just call this number here. That was the best they got, was call that number on the wall. That was it. People are so eager to hand out their business cards. Like, you can't walk around without getting a business card from people when you're dealing with a business, it seems like. But no, not these daycare centers. So let's see what some of the Somalis have to say about this situation with Nick.
I was just arriving the center when I saw somebody outside, and I saw some man with mask, wearing mask, and some people knocking the door.
They weren't wearing masks. What are you talking about? They did not wear masks. Blatant lie.
We don't see the bodyguards on their car, and their car did not have plate. No, there's no fraud happening here. We open every day, and we have our records to show that this place is open every day, except our holidays. We here. No matter what, the staff is here, and if the children are not here, we mark absence.
This is Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
We will continue to be targeting, and it's not only the daycares. I think whatever he can do, he will do it for the benefit of his political career.
Well, Nick Shirley's trying to be a politician now. It's the benefit of his political career. I didn't know he had interest in that. I don't know him personally, so maybe he does. But I bet, you know what? I bet I know Nick Shirley better than that Somali man does. So benefit his political career. I don't think he's trying to do that. Oh, and it looks like they got license plates on their vehicle to me. I don't know what to tell you. It's illegal here. You can get ticketed here in California if you don't have a license plate on the front and back of your vehicle. I don't know what it is in Minnesota. Actually, now that I think about it, it goes by county. And in Hennepin County, because I lived there, you had to have a plate on the back. I don't think you had to have one on the front, though. Well, let's take a look and see what's going on with Nick now that he's done this expose on these daycare centers.
Like bounties on me here in Minnesota. Lots of messages, death threats, obviously, on social media.
Nick Shirley received death threats, and someone offered a $1 million reward for his capture. After he exposed the alleged fraud involving billions of dollars, Minnesota became no longer safe for him. In her recent public statement, Shirley indicated that as the investigation progressed and the exposure expanded, she began to receive a large number of threatening messages, including threatening content aimed at others' personal safety. Regarding the so-called bounty claim, it has not yet been publicly confirmed by law enforcement agencies, but the dissemination of such remarks has already rapidly escalated the situation. As welfare and daycare subsidy frauds were continuously exposed, the long-term beneficiaries who had profited from it began to panic and become angry. Investigators in Minnesota received death threats and were warned with BOLO alerts. The incident escalated from a financial corruption issue to a serious conflict involving personal safety, reflecting the intense backlash after the systematic fraud was exposed.
No, that sounds like something a legitimate business would be doing. Is threatening the life of the person exposing their fraud. Yep, I don't know what to tell you about that. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can find me on Rumble. You can find me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'll see you in the next video.